Hello everyone and welcome to Werven's World and welcome to my tutorial series on Stellaris. So today I would like to talk about happiness. What is it, what does it do, and what are the mechanics behind it? So happiness is not an empire-wide thing. It's actually kind of simulated on an individual population level, like all of these people can have their own happiness score and that's influenced by certain things. So happiness you can influence in three different levels basically. You have the empire-wide level, you have the planetary level, and you have the individual level. The empire-wide level are things such as you can see here, I have a happiness of plus 10% empire-wide, and that's because I have a moral democracy and people like democracies better than dictatorships, so we actually get a plus 10% bonus. You can also influence this, for example, by having social welfare programs or improved working environments. You can also have a very special leader who is the champion of the people, who gives basically your entire empire a bonus because everyone loves him. And that's a way to increase the happiness of everyone in your empire. Then we have the planetary level. So the planetary level can be influenced in certain ways. First of all, the planet itself can influence it. For example, here on Bengal, we have wild storms, and that decreases the happiness of the people on this planet. It doesn't influence anyone else except the people on this planet, and it also reduces the habitability of this planet. Now, habitability is fairly important as well because it basically is the maximum amount of happiness people can have on this planet. Let's say I have all the bonuses in the world, still people can only be happy 75% basically. Alright, so you can also influence happiness at a planet level by giving them a government, and this one here gives plus 6%, so everyone on this planet has a bonus to their happiness of 6% because of the leader. And then you can also influence the happiness by building specific buildings, but they are often related to your ethics. For example, here I can build a paradise dome, and that's because I think I'm either a pacifist or a spiritualist. I'm not sure which one gives this, but it increases the happiness as well as the habitability, so it's a very nice thing to make your people more happy. So you can also have, for example, events like a comet is sighted and everyone saw the comet and everyone really loved it and everyone gets more happy. So those are all the planet things. Then there are also the individual bonuses and minuses. So let's say this person here has a happiness of 71%, and that's because the base is 60%. That's always the case. Everyone always has a base of 60. Then he's a spiritualist, which makes him happy. We have a moral democracy, as we said before. This one is also a xenophile, so he really likes being with other races on the same planet. If you have a xenophobe, you actually get minuses for being with many more on the same planet. We have immigration treaties, so this one actually moved to this planet and he really enjoys it here. But I have no voting rights nor leadership chances for them because they're not my main species and I don't want to have these as a leader. And they really don't like that. So that's how you kind of increase and decrease the happiness of individual populations. Because this one here is 71%. And this one here is 75%, and this one here is 65% because, well, they're not xenophiles, so they don't really get a bonus for that. So now that we know that you can influence happiness at three different levels, the empire-wide level, the planet level, and the individual level, why do we want happiness? Well, let's first check the levels of happiness. If you have 19% or less happiness, they're outraged. 20 to 34 is angry, 35 to 49 is unhappy, 50 to 79 is content, 80 to 89 is happy, and 90 or greater is joyful. You can see what they are, well, first by cross-referencing it with the table, but also by actually hovering over their production. So I can hover over here and I can see that he is happy because he gets a 10% bonus. I can do it here as well, and you can see that they're joyful, so they get a 20% bonus. So that's also how you know what they are really. But yeah, so happiness actually increases or decreases your production. It increases your food, your energy, your mineral and research production, but it also increases or decreases your ethics divergence. Ethics divergence, you can see here how much it is. So this is minus 30%. So they really kind of want to stay with the ethics that my empire has. But for example, here people are probably way less happy and they are starting to diverge. And at some point they might actually lose some traits, as you could already see here. These guys here are fanatic spiritualists. But this guy is not a fanatic spiritualist anymore. He lost that trait. So yeah, each individual can start believing in different things because of ethics divergence. As you can see here, this one is still a spiritualist, but he's not a pacifist. This one is still a pacifist. And that can give rise to different factions, and you have to appease them all, and that can actually give rise to quite some troubles in your empire. So it's definitely really good to keep your people happy because you'll have less ethics divergence and you have more production. Alright, so these were all the things that I have to say about happiness. So you can influence it on 3 levels: empire-wide, planetary-wide, and population-wide. And it's very, very important in order to keep your production up as well as your ethics divergence low. So I hope you found this video useful, and see you next time.